Okay, so we had a little bit of a commercial break there. Let's come on in the shop. What are we working on today? Oh, I think I might have alluded to it a little earlier. This bright orange 914 Porsche. Let's see. Well, we got the gas tank out. We got the heater boxes out. We had to get the wiper motor out because the wipers didn't work, and it's the middle of November. And if you live in Oregon, you need wipers. So what is it about these things? This is the wiper motor and assembly that has the rods on it. I've disconnected the actuating rod from the wiper motor, which is right here, and I have found that the complete wiper motor assembly is seized, and probably why the wiper motor is bad. And that's because the car sat for 30 years. So I am trying to lubricate all these joints. I may put some heat on these studs. I think they're stuck right down in here. See if I can get this freed up. Would you believe that a 914 Porsche wiper motor like this assembly right here, used, untested, is $500. If you want a new motor, just the motor, not rebuilt, but new, because nobody seems to rebuild them, it's $1,000. It is nuts. I had no idea. So this motor is seized. I got a used motor off eBay, and I didn't realize that the wiper linkage assembly would be seized. I've got the wiper motor in the car, and it's wired up, and we're going to see if it actually works. Supposedly that is a good used motor, and we're going to turn the key on and turn the wiper switch on, and I can hear something buzzing. Oh yeah, you can see that's turning. Now the difference between a 74 914 and a 75 is that the 75 has intermittent wipers. So there's one more position on this switch. That should be high speed, and I heard the motor turn off. Low speed, off. And let's see if it, yeah, it returns. Okay, that's good. I don't want to run the fuel pump too long because it's dry. Well, we at least have a wiper motor that works. That's where we are today. Now we got to get the linkage working, the wiper motor and the linkage back in the car. I've got to get all the duct work, the heater fan, and the windshield washers all back in order. That's going to take a while, so wish me luck. I am not sure how I'm going to get this freed up, but I'm going to try very carefully to persuade this wiper linkage assembly to come back to life. It's part of having old cars, but this one's worth it. It's really a cool car. It's been off the road, I think I told you in another video, since 1996. That is almost 30 years. 30 years of persuading this old girl back to life. Okay, so I got the wiper motor off. Got a little torch here. I'm going to heat up these pins or pivot points. I'm pretty sure that's where they're stuck. I did squirt a little penetrating oil in the top there. You can see it bubbling. Maybe not. Smoking a little bit. See if we can get this thing to free up. I don't want to spend $1,000 on a wiper linkage motor, or wiper linkage for the motor. Okay, it's a little bit of heat because there's some rubber bushings there. Let's turn that off. And then we're going to take our screwdriver. Let's see if we can pry a little bit. Oh, it's moving. Look at that. Okay, we just got to get it to go full circle. Full sweep, I should say. Yes, we got something. That wasn't too bad. See that moving? Okay, that's how we're going to fix this thing. We're going to make this guy really happy. So we're going to grab hold of the cross shaft here, and we're going to work it back and forth. Oh boy, it's really stuck. Try not to burn ourselves on the hot pieces. Arrgh. Golly's stuck. I think we need to use a screwdriver again. Oh. Okay, and after a generous amount of PB Blaster, if we can get some to come out of there. There we go. Create a little smoke. Wick that down in there. Just coming out slow. Yeah, we got something. We have a nice free linkage. Okay, now we can put it back together. That's so much better. All right, so welcome back to the channel. Stella, the shop dog, is in my lap again, trying to get her head, face, and eyes rubbed. We're going to forego that for now, Stella, because we got work to do. We're working on this 914. We're trying to get this fixed up for the customer. You saw me in the last segment working on the wiper motor, and we got that going. So the wiper motor on a 914 is way up underneath there. You can see my hand-drawn number schematic for the electrical. I've got it clocked correctly. I've got the wiper arms on. Let's see how well it works, shall we? You can see the wiper arms are resting on the driver's side. Stella is resting in her little dog bed, which is great. Let's turn the key on here for a second. This is a 74 914, so it does not have intermittent wipers. So we've got the key turned on, we've got our dash fired up, emergency brake light is flashing as it should, oil and generator lights are on, and then we have a random turn signal light on. I'm not sure what that's about. So I'm going to push this up, and we have wipers, albeit not the fastest wipers in the world, but we do have wipers. And we only have one speed. If I go to the faster speed, they just turn off. So I'm not sure what that's about. There's a wiring issue. I don't know if that motor is correct for this car, but they park and they work, and I think they'll work a little faster when there's water in the windshield, and also when there's a charge. Right now the battery's just kind of draining. I want to show you one more thing as we're working on this 914. Stella had to get comfortable in her bed once again, I could tell. And let's get comfortable. We've been under the hood of this thing, or the trunk, front trunk, for quite some time. It's a beautiful car. So now we got the wiper motor working, and that's all functioning properly. Before we put the gas tank back in here and plug up this area, I cleaned it out the best I could. I vacuumed it out, and I painted the grill, which is this is the fresh air intake grill, which goes underneath that vent there. So this slides in like that. It no longer has orange paint on it. That's really nice. And now I'm looking at the air box, which this is the fresh air intake box. This grill goes on top of this, and there is a heater fan at the base of this, and it doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to work. And the drains, these are the water drains. They're supposed to go down into the well. These are snapped off. I'm going to work on this next. Got the wipers working. We're making progress, but I want to have a nice, some type of forced air to defrost the windshield. Oh, and the other thing I did while we were in here is the washer nozzles. You can see there's a washer nozzle for the passenger side and for the driver's side, all new with check valves, and they go over here to the washer bottle. The original washer system on this car used tire pressure air. Basically from the spare tire, there was a connection on the air stem of the spare tire that pressurized that bottle and then would make your washers work. When you press the lever, it would use the air pressure. Not a good system. Eventually the air pressure goes out in your spare, you get a flat spare. So I did run all new hoses over here. So if we would like to put on electric washer, squirter, washer, pump, we can do that. So we're making some good progress. Now the next step is to figure out why the heater fan or the booster fan is not working. And Stella, you're just gonna lay in your little bed there and pretend like you're not part of this whole operation. What's up with that, Stella, the shop dog?